John 2. On the third day, there was a wedding in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Jesus and his disciples were also invited to the wedding. When the wine ran out, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." Jesus replied, "Woman, why involve me? My hour has not yet come." His mother said to the servants, "Do whatever he tells you." Now there were 6 stone water jars set there for Jewish ceremonial washing, each holding 20 to 30 gallons. Jesus said to them, "Fill the jars with water." So they filled them to the brim. Then he told them, "Now draw some out and take it to the master of the banquet." And they did so. When the master of the banquet tasted the water that had been turned into wine, not knowing where it had come from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew, he called the bridegroom aside, and said, "Everyone serves the best wine first, and when people have had plenty to drink, then the lesser wine. But you have kept the best wine until now." This was the first of the signs Jesus performed at Cana in Galilee, revealing his glory, and his disciples believed in him. After this, he went down to Capernaum with his mother, his brothers, and his disciples, and they stayed there for a few days. When it was almost time for the Jewish Passover, Jesus went up to Jerusalem. In the temple courts, he found people selling oxen, sheep, and doves, and others sitting at tables exchanging money. So he made a whip out of cords and drove them all out of the temple, both the sheep and the oxen. He scattered the coins of the money changers and overturned their tables. To those who sold doves, he said, "Take these things away. Do not make my Father's house a marketplace." His disciples remembered that it is written, "Zeal for your house will consume me." Then the Jews responded and said to him, "What sign can you show us to prove your authority to do these things?" Jesus answered them, "Destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up." They replied, "It has taken 46 years to build this temple, and you will raise it up in 3 days?" But he was speaking about the temple of his body. After he was raised from the dead, his disciples remembered that he had said this, and they believed the Scripture and the words Jesus had spoken. While he was in Jerusalem during the Passover festival, many believed in his name when they saw the signs he was performing. But Jesus would not entrust himself to them, for he knew all people. He did not need anyone to testify about mankind, for he knew what was in each person.